Imagine having a personal assistant for all things recruitment related. Having someone or something that handle all the boring tasks for you, like encoding resume, taking appointment, answering email, something that keeps you organized and help you find the best the best candidate for any job position. That is exactly what Odoo can do for you, but also way much more. Hello, I'm Clara, and today I'd like to present you how Odoo 18 will be your best ally for a streamlined recruitment process. To do so, we will first start with a demo, then have a look at the main new features of Odoo 18 recruitment app. Finally, we will have an overview of the main benefits of our powerful recruitment tool. After that, we will have a small Q&A session, so I invite you to scan the QR code on the slide and write your question during the presentation. So, let's introduce you to Tiny Nest. I'm the talent acquisition manager of a quite new company called Tiny Nest. We build and design tiny homes, and recently, the demand for tiny homes exploded. People want more and more alternatives for their vacation. So currently, we swamped under requests. And we really need some more people in our team. So Michael, my boss, gave me a challenge to hire 1 new architect and 2 marketing officers before the end of the month. So let's jump into the database and see how Odoo will help me tackle this challenge. We can go directly in the recruitment app. So you can see here that I have a good overview of all the job positions in my company and the different needs. For example, I need to recruit 2 people in the marketing and community manager job position. And you can also see that it is already published. I also need to recruit 1 experienced architect, but it's not published yet. In fact, we will do it together. So let's go directly in the job page. You can see that I already pre-created a job offer, quite clear. We have also the responsibilities and like the must-have. You can see that now Odoo directly create the job page for you, so you just have to publish the job offer, and that's it. Now let's see what about the application form. So I have different questions here, but for the architect I also need some more information. So for example, I would like them to give me their portfolio when they apply. So I can create a new field here, portfolio. And in fact, I want to make sure this is only for the architect job position because I don't want it for other job position. So we have a new feature here that helps us to make conditional question. And I want it to make visible only if the job position is equal to architect. Okay, I can save. So that's great, my job position is ready, and I can just publish it. So it's published on my website. Now, how can I make sure that I attract the best candidate? Because in the end, that's what matters, right? I need to attract the best candidate to make sure to find the best experienced architect to my company. What I can do, I can make a referral campaign. Directly from the job position, you can create an email that tells all your colleagues, or some of them, if you can choose, that we have a new job position open and remind them that they can do referral directly. In fact, in Tiny Nest, we really like to foster a referral because we know that's a good source of candidates, of qualitative candidates that already match the values of the company and that may probably help us to have a good atmosphere among our colleagues. So that's great. You can see that now I can directly send the email from here, and I made the announcement to all my colleagues. So the job position is now on my website. I made a referral campaign. What else can I do to make sure to attract the best candidate? I may already have my treasury candidate just under the foot, maybe someone that already applied in the company before. Hopefully, Odoo has just the right feature to do that. But before, let's have a look at the skills library. So if you remember, on Odoo 16, we introduced the skills on the candidates. The goal was to help you to assess those skills during the hiring process with the different levels. But in fact, we noticed that people weren't really using them because it takes time to encode the different skills. So in Odoo 17, we added the fact that now Odoo is able to digitize with the OCR the skills on the resume and directly retrieve it on the candidate. You can see that now on Odoo 18, you already have a predefined skills of library of skills. You can see that we have some basic skills like language, soft skills, but of course for my architect I also need some specific skills. So I created software skills, I put in some architecture software, and you have different levels. Let's add a new one, the expert level, for example. And let's say it's 100% knowledge in that level. And you can see that I can define a default level. So the default level, in fact, is made for the OCR. So in our case, I want every time Odoo digitize a skills to be at the lowest level so that I can assess those levels during the hiring process. Okay, so that's cool. I now have all the skills on my employee already digitized, but in fact, we went even further in Odoo 18. Let's show you what you can do. On my job position, I've defined some expected skills that I need for my architect. And now, I can use that brand new feature, search matching applicant. And Odoo will retrieve me all the candidates in my database that may match the skills I need. For example, I have that candidates that already have some soft skills, but I see we're missing the main skills of software. Otherwise, I see that Michael Brown could be a real candidate because he has a lot of skills. We have an 80% matching score. So let's have a look at Michael. As I explained, Odoo already digitized the skills of Michael. We have the information here. And we can see that Michael already has one application running. I can see that he applied on a project manager job position. So let's take a moment here. Maybe you notice something different. In fact, we completely revamped the recruitment app. Now we created a new menu and a new model called candidates. The goal is to help you gather all the information related to the skills, the personal information, also the historical information to the candidates, and then create a reserve of candidates with the skills and the specific information. So that's really cool. Now with the matching applicant research, I can retrieve those candidates what I need. But what will also be, I think, life-changing for all the headhunting companies is that now I can manage different application in the same time for one candidate. So let's do it for Michael. I will redo the search matching again. And you can see that I can just create a new application for the job of architect for Michael. And if I go back on Michael, I can see here that Michael is running two applications in the same time. Okay, I may also send a message to Michael. Before that, I need to take the link of the job position, just to be able to send it to Michael. Send the message. Hello, Michael. This job might interest you. Up, and I put the link here. That's easy as it seems. And now Michael will be contacted. Okay, great. So I have my job position on my website. I made a referral campaign inside my company. I also check in my former candidates if I have something matching the skills. There is still one thing I can do to make sure to have a good visibility on my new job position. In fact, now we created an integration with a job board, a leader in the job posting platform, Monster. You can see here, directly from Odoo, I can post my new job position on Monster. So that's really cool. You don't have to go on other platforms. You can do it directly from Odoo. For now, we have Monster, but of course, it's the first step for other future partnership with other job boards. Unfortunately, I cannot show you how it looks in Monster because it needs some hours for Monster to validate my application. Okay, great. So now, while we wait, people seeing my application and try and apply on that job, let's have a look at my second job position, marketing and community manager. So I can see that's great. I have a lot of candidates already. We can see how it happened what happened when people apply. So we will do it for one candidate, Emily Johnson. Emily dot. Okay, and we will add the resume of Emily. Great. I'm feeling lucky. Now, let's see in the backend. So I have the application of Emily here. I have the resume of Emily, and Odoo digitize the skills of Emily. So that's great. I don't have to do anything. We can also see that Emily received an email to confirm her application. In fact, in Tininess, we want to make sure every candidate is contacted and is aware of the status of his application. We think that it's part of the candidate experience, and that will make the difference at the end, in the end, when people have to choose between our company or another company. So I think Emily is matching the skills. That seems to be a good candidate. Let's put her in the second stage. You can see also that we created some rules on Odoo, already directly receive an email to schedule an appointment with us. So if Emily opens the email, she, with the integration with the appointment app, she can easily choose an appointment, define a schedule with us, confirm the appointment, and she will be in contact with me in case she has any question. Okay, so while we wait Emily to really take a schedule, let's have a look at the other candidates. Maybe Enrique. So I can see that my colleague, Mark, already checked the application of Enrique. And in fact, it doesn't really match the requirement of the job. So let's refuse Enrique. You can see that I can define a refuse reason. And that's really useful because you can have afterward good reporting on all the candidates and the reason why we refuse them. So I can define does not fit the job requirement. You can see that again, we have an email template for that, so Enrique will be directly contacted. And what is new is that now Odoo handles the duplicates. So if I want, I can refuse all the duplicates in the same time. The goal is again to make you save as much time as we can. So let's refuse Enrique, and you see that Enrique receives an email. Okay, back to Emily. She had her first interview with Mark. That was really great. Now we will send her an interview form, a little survey to make sure she matches the values of our company. I can send the survey to Emily. She will receive an email with a button to answer the survey, and you can see that I directly have a button here to check the result and the answers of Emily during the next interview. So we think Emily is really the one. That's a super candidate. We really want her in our team. So let's not waste time and generate an offer to Emily. I can easily generate an offer from here, and you can see that we arrive on the menu that we created on Odoo 17. That's the offer menu. In fact, I already created a template for the marketing officer offer, so we already have all the information we need here, the employee budget, and we can directly send an email to Emily, and she will be able to configure her salary package. Let's have a look on the side of Emily. So you can see that she can easily choose the amount of day off she wants and enter the information. Here, I made, for the purpose of the demo, a really light configurator. You can see that it is really customizable, and if you are more interested in the salary configurator and the payroll app, I invite you to watch the talk of Antoine and Pierre at 5 today. So let's say Emily wants to discuss the package. Maybe she's not happy with everything. Now she's able to submit a feedback from here. Hello, I'd like to discuss my benefits. And I can send. And on our side, we can manage the offer directly from the menu offer, and I can see that Emily sent me a message. Now let's say that Emily is happy with the salary that we propose, with the contract, so she can fill in the information. So straight. Louvain-la-Neuve. And she can easily review and sign the contract. All the information are already filled. She just has to sign, add a date, and she can validate the document. Okay, great. Let's see what happened on our side. In fact, I will receive a new notification, an activity, that tells me that I have a signature request, because I need to countersign the contract of Emily. So I can sign here and add the date. And that's it. Emily is now part of our company. Let's just have a look at the application of Emily, because we want to make sure everything is at the right place. So the application of Emily has been directly moved in the contract signed stage. You can see we have the link to the offer, we have the contract of Emily here, and even Odoo created an employee for Emily. That's super good. I don't have to do anything, in fact. Before we leave the demo, let's also have a look at the reporting. So it's really important for us to make sure we have a good velocity in our hiring process, because it's really important also for the candidate experience. I can see here on my marketing and community manager that I have an average days in stage of 5.4 days. So that's quite good, but I think I can still work on that. For example, I have a lot of days in the contract proposal, so maybe I need to set up some reminders to make sure to contact the candidates when I send them a contract. Okay. What about the sources? So I can see here that I have a lot of sources for the candidates. A lot of them come from LinkedIn and Monster, so I know that's a good source of candidates. But also I see that I have a lot of people refused. And in the same time, I can see that I may have less people coming from referral, but I have a really good ratio of hired people. So that tells me that I still need to foster referral in my company. That's really a good source of candidates. So now that you have a good overview of a fully integrated and streamlined recruitment process, let's summarize the main benefits of Odoo 18 recruitment app. First, a better candidate attraction up to all our different job posting channels. First, you can post your job on your website. It's really easy. Now Odoo creates a job page for you. You can even now customize the question you need on your application form. And even, I didn't have the time to show you that, but Odoo managed the duplicate in the front end. So it warns you when someone tries to apply several times on the same job to try to avoid the duplicate and make you save some time. Also, the referral campaign. So you've seen that it's really easy to just create a referral campaign from a job position. We also help you to have a better visibility up to the integration with Monster. And as I said, the goal is to have other partnership with other job boards in the future, so stay tuned. And finally, you can still use the email aliases to transform email in applications. And in Odoo 18, we also have the regular expression system that will help you to digitize more information from the content of the email. Also, what is for me the best new feature of Odoo 18 is the model candidates. Now you can manage all your candidates from the model candidates, gather all the information and the skills of those candidates, and create a reserve of good quality candidates. Maybe people that already applied in your company but weren't taken on that job. And that combined with the new research matching applicant feature, it makes it really easy to refine those candidates when needed. Also, as I said, this new feature will be a game changer for the headhunting companies because now it's really easy to manage several application flow on the same candidate. So to conclude, I don't think I need to convince you anymore that Odoo 18 will be your best ally for a better candidate experience, a faster hiring process, and that will drive you to make smarter recruitment decisions. No.
Doesn't. Oh. I think now we can hear me. So first of all, a big congrats, Clara, for this talk.
Thank you.
I think all the audience knows now how to recruit and attract the best candidates to work in their companies. So I've got some questions here in the pad. I'm not sure we have a lot of time to answer all of them, but one of the questions is, can you tell us a bit more about the job board feature? We've got also that question in the previous talk.
Mm-hmm.
We could not really answer it, so maybe it's the time to inform the people what we can do and what Odoo brings us with the job boards integrations you showed.
Okay, so now we created the integration with the job board Monster. The goal is that from Odoo, you post the job position on Monster. Then you can take some time, Monster validate it, and you can choose if you want either to redirect people directly on your website when they want to apply, so they will go back on the page application, or if you want to transform that application in an email. You can even decide, for example, if you want to keep that position for a certain amount of time to make sure you don't forget to remove that from the job board.
Okay, so you mean you can set a deadline when the job should be closed directly on the job board platform, and you can also manually, I guess, make sure that you can stop the job of being posted.
Yeah, of course. From the job application directly, you can see all the job boards that have been posted, because the goal is to have more than only Monster as an integration, and you can manage them easily and like stop a post directly from Odoo. You don't go. The goal is that you don't need to go to Monster to manage it.
I've heard that many people want to have LinkedIn. Do you know if we will have it soon, or what's the status about this?
So, like the good news is that now that we created the integration with Monster, like the big part of the job has been done, because technically the integration is ready, and I know that we are already working with LinkedIn, and it's supposed to come in the future. So I hope it will be the case, and as I said, stay tuned.
Okay, thank you very much for all your answers. I guess there are some questions for people, so I suggest you go maybe there and they can ask all their questions, because unfortunately we have no time to answer other questions, but we will be here all the afternoon, so we will make sure that we can answer all of your questions. Congrats again, and thank you, Clara, for the great job you've done.